Boys and girls, this is the Undisputed Era. Adam Cole, Kyle O'Reilly, Roderick Strong, and you're listening to Going In Raw, baby.
This is the glorious one, Bobby Roode, and you're watching Going In Raw.
What's up, it's your girl, Sasha Banks, the legit boss, and you're watching Going In Raw. You like that?
Hey, friendo, Steve here.
And Larson.
And welcome back to Going In Raw, the only pro wrestling podcast you need to be listening to. Right here at youtube.com/Steve and Larson. And available, of course, wherever audio podcasts can be found. If you're listening to us in the audio realm, do us a favor. Leave us a rating, review, or a comment. It really does go a long way towards helping out Going In Raw. If you're watching us on YouTube, let's try to get this one up to 600 likes. I think that'd be great. That'd be swell.
That'd be awesome, man. That would just be really cool.
That'd make my day. We also we film these live for our recaps for our friendos on the Twitch at twitch.tv/Steven Larson. So head on over there and hit follow, and you can check this out live.
Live. Oh, no.
Anyways, real quick, of course, we are on the last couple stops to WrestleMania, and
correct.
That means one thing. We're going to be doing a watch-along this coming Saturday and this coming Sunday.
Sunday, yes.
At the youtube.com/Steven Larson. So that's cool.
Yeah, that'll be fun.
And we're still going to be separate. I'm going to host it from the office. And you'll be there, of course. Well, you'll be at home.
Yeah.
Chiming in. And then
watching my hand phase in and out of existence here.
Powers
of the darkness.
Hey, so you've got the scoop on the Boneyard match because you are there live in person, as people who are watching this can see. What's the big scoop? What is this all about, Larson? This Boneyard.
What about? AJ already said in this Mixer stream, it's like a buried alive match in a graveyard. He already said that.
He said that's what he said. It's buried alive.
Buried alive.
Yeah.
So that's cool. He said there's going to be a hole. That's what AJ said. There's going to be a hole.
I wonder what hole is going to be. Anyways, I thought Raw was actually pretty strong tonight, man. I thought that a couple people delivered some just real killer promos.
Yeah, I think the promo work the last couple of weeks has been really good.
I mean, it's kind of all they can do at this point. There was two matches. There's two matches?
Three.
There was Aleister Black and Jobber. There was the tag match, and then what else?
And Asuka versus Caden Carter.
And Asuka versus basically Jobber, Caden Carter.
It was an enhancement match, yes.
It was an enhancement match, absolutely. She's a treasure. And then there were two. Yeah, there were two replays, really good replays. Man, that Brock Lesnar Rey Mysterio match, god dang it, that was fun.
That was a ton of fun, man.
That match was so much fun. Kind of bums me out that they didn't just, they don't, that's the one thing I took away from that match is they don't pull the trigger on matches where the roof is so obviously going to just blow up and really send people home happy and with a sense of unpredictability.
Yeah, WWE doesn't care about bringing people joy, despite what they say. They don't care about that.
Right, to get right to the point, I guess.
They don't care about that.
No, they care about Brock Lesnar. Who, I mean, he had that promo, the Heyman promo was pretty strong tonight, too.
Oh, that was spectacular. I thought, especially at the close. I thought that was really good. Putting over, he's got a heck of a way of putting over like anybody involved in any match that Brock is in.
Yeah.
And saying, Drew, like putting him over huge.
Big time.
He's that special. However, Brock is that more special.
He's special to the jackass at the gym who can say, who says,
I can do that WWE stuff.
No, you can't. He's special to the locker room. I thought that was really good. I mean, that's basically we'll talk about extensively these promos, but I thought that in terms of a limited show that they had to rely on promos and some cool,
I mean, save for one match, there's not really much to talk about match wise.
It was a good match. Austin Theory needs to learn how to catch people though.
Yeah, something went awry there.
Yeah, it was Austin Theory went awry, man.
Well, I'm telling you, I think Garza was supposed to trip up Ford too, because when Ford's hitting the ropes, Garza's there.
Mm-hmm.
Right as Montez is bouncing off.
Yeah.
So I don't know if Theory is like, well, he's supposed to be tripped up. I have a spot coming up. I got to get that spot in because I don't know what the spot is.
Yeah.
That's important to the finish of the match. I got to be in there. I can't be selling the tope.
Wrestling's hard, man.
I know. There's all like these split-second decisions you got to make.
I know, and if you don't make it,
I mean, at the end of the day, you got to worry about the safety of the performers in the ring first and foremost. So he should have been there to catch Montez.
He really should have caught Montez, man, because there was nobody to catch him. He just landed on nothing.
That was Trent-esque.
It really was. That sucked.
Except Montez's feet hit the bottom of the ramp, so he goes,
yeah,
from the feet hitting metal.
Yeah, that was pretty rough, man. That was pretty rough.
I mean, when Trent did it and hit nothing, it was just that thud.
Dunk. It was like when Elias fell off the thing.
Yeah.
Dunk. So anyways, we'll start off with the recap. AJ Styles and Undertaker for their Boneyard match. And we had Undertaker, and he dropped a promo. Let me ask you before, and this is not to take away anything, because I thought this was a really cool promo. I really did.
It was good.
This was telepromptered, wasn't it?
I would think so.
I think it was straight up teleprompter, because he was staring dead into the camera for 15 minutes straight, talking. And it was convincing. And when you have all those, and the thing about Undertaker, when he's standing in the middle of the ring with a microphone, he can't really go 5 minutes without stumbling sometimes.
Yeah, no, he or even less than that. Remember that Raw 1000 promo?
It's like he just went in there. He was like, whatever. I was gonna say whatever.
It's like, what are you trying to say, Mark?
Yeah,
I don't understand.
So
I'm putting this together, but no, this was coherent, well executed, well delivered. It was pretty dang good. So he just says AJ, or should I say Alan Jones. Says, for a small man, you got a big mouth. I don't know if you have a big set too, or you're just that stupid.
This came up, dude. This came like this was more Big Evil than Dead Man, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was.
So he says, man, there's a little bit there was even a little bit of Broken Skull session in here. There's a little bit of truth to what you said. 10 years ago, though, you wouldn't have cut it. You were happy being in total nonstop action. And instead of going up against the big names like Undertaker.
Half the people he named 10 years ago weren't in the company, if not more.
Well, hold on. He said 10 to 15. What was 15? 15 years ago.
2005.
They weren't in the company.
Stone Cold wasn't there. The Rock wasn't there.
Yeah, man.
So I was listening to that and I was like, most of those people weren't in the company 10 to 15 years ago.
They were all commissioners at that time.
Yeah, pretty much.
They were all.
You want to be commissioner too.
And he was like, wait a second. 10 years ago, he was fighting Kurt Angle. It was Perk Angle.
Yeah, it's true.
So anyways, he was saying he was happy being a big fish in a small pond. He waited until all the stars of yesteryear were long gone before coming to WWE. Good for you, though. The Undertaker never did say goodbye. He's still crafting his legacy. So he said, but you crossed the line. Oh, that was well and good, Alan Jones. But then you crossed the line when you mentioned her. And I'm talking about Michelle McCool.
My wife.
Innovator of the Styles Clash.
I know. That was kind of, he's like, I think you're mad because Michelle does the Styles Clash better than you do.
Hey, how many necks did she break with the Styles Clash?
I don't know. And then Taker says AJ is going to pay the price for disrespecting Michelle. He says, I hope you bring your two ass clowns with you.
Yeah, I really wish, man. Okay, here's the thing. They let Kevin Owens say shit, okay? Mm-hmm. For some reason, I understand that goddamn is like a super taboo word for some people, and for others, it's totally not. Mm-hmm. That really bummed me out that they bleeped out goddamn when it's like 5 minutes to 11.
Yeah, no.
That really bummed me out because Paul Heyman saying goddamn was probably awesome.
Yeah.
And I really wish they would have just let Undertaker say assholes.
Yeah,
they said asshole on NYPD Blue back in the day.
Yeah, they did. This is cable. They can get away with that.
And Kevin Owens said shit later.
Yeah.
So he said, but then he said this. He said, I'm going to bring the Holy Trinity with me. Now, am I reading too much in this thing that he means more than some sort of spiritual entity that's going to guide him? Is he going to bring some other...
No, he named what those three things were. Pain, suffering, and something else.
Oh, okay. Well, I read that wrong. Boring. I was hoping he'd bust out like Dead Man, Big Evil, and American Badass.
Oh, it'd be like interdimension tension.
Everything's like interdimension tension.
It really is a breaking wrestling match, man.
Man, I might be more proud of that than anything we've ever done.
It's pretty high up there for me.
Interdimension tension was really good. It was really good.
It was really good. So he says, OC, you all rest in peace. And the camera widens out. And as you can see here, behind old Mark was a headstone with AJ Styles' name on it. Yes. Rest in peace, 19... AJ Styles born the same year I was.
Yeah, man.
Wow.
Yeah. I thought he was born same year. Yeah, but no, he's your age.
I mean, according to this,
he's old. No, I think that's a shoot.
He's old.
Yeah, we're old, man. Look in a mirror.
Yeah, no. Look at this.
You're a wizened now.
Wizened, yes. Gray hair.
We'd like to think we're wizened, anyways.
No, we're still fools. Just fools. Couple of fools.
So yeah, there's a tombstone. Of course, that's also the name of his finishing move, unless he gives him the last ride and it's Big Evil
or Hell's Gate.
Hell's Gate. Yeah, so that should be fun. Regardless, it was a rad promo. I really like this promo.
The match will probably be pretty cheesy though. Next.
It probably is.
Next, Becky rolls up in a semi truck. We saw this a couple weeks back. Apparently, it's supposed to be part of her mania entrance. She can't do it, obviously. She put a freaking semi truck in the performance center. It was going to tear down the whole performance center. This is an arena you could drive a beer truck into.
That's true. That's true.
She comes out to the ramp, starts to talk, says, I fought for a couple of titles last year. Here, check it out. So she throws to her Mania match last year.
Man, dude,
played the whole thing.
They really kind of tricked me here because I thought it was gonna be a recap.
No,
and then you see Joan Jett, and she's terrific. I saw her at the State Fair not long ago, and she's gone. I'm like, wait a second,
Have you not been paying attention the last 3 weeks? They're playing old matches.
They don't throw for fucking during promos, man. They have not had the wrestlers introduce these recaps. It's been like either Michael Cole or Tom Phillips saying
innovation.
Yeah, they're just figuring it out now. So once you started playing the whole thing, I was like, well, this ain't a recap. This is the whole thing. And on top of that, they had a lower that said last year, and I was like, well, usually I do that for recaps, like chunks of recaps. No,
not this time.
So I was sitting there for like 5 minutes, and I was like, this is the whole goddamn thing, isn't it? Okay, so I can go do something else now.
Yeah.
Solid match, though.
Yeah, it was a good match. Let's come back from that. Becky's still there, staying on that stage, waiting to deliver the rest of her promo.
What do you think she was standing there the entire time?
God, no.
Not a chance.
No.
She went to In-N-Out Burger real quick.
Probably she got in her semi. Went to Wawa.
Went to Wawa in her semi.
I got a delicious sandwich from Wawa.
Mm-hmm.
Anyways, they come back. She responds to everything Becky said from last week about how taking the title would break her. And she says Shayna's right in that respect. She didn't know what she would be or who she would be, without being the champ. But she knows about Shayna's demons too. And so Shayna, she talks tough, looks tough. But Becky could tell that she's gotten to her. Her demon is doing that one thing that Ronda couldn't do, and that's beating her.
Mm-hmm.
And then finally steal Ronda's spotlight rather than have it be the other way around. Or if Shayna loses, she gets put right back in Ronda's shadow. And then Shayna does kind of a Keith Lee and pops up in the frame.
Yeah.
Sneaks up behind Becky, locks her in the clutch, takes her to the announce table, slams her head into it, and then swings her into the side of it. Kind of how she did to Liv Morgan in the Elimination Chamber.
Becky was out of it.
But then Shayna grabbed the belt on the go-home show and held it over Becky.
Does that portend bad things for Shayna's future?
No, because in our stream earlier today, someone was saying that whenever Becky's dropped the belt or lost the belt, she's never stood tall at the go-home.
Interesting. All right. Well, there you go. That's her math. Yeah, I think it'd be a crap story if Shayna just lost this. Becky's got to chase something, otherwise she just gets boring.
I know.
After that, we had jobber match, Aleister Black versus Jason Cade. Somebody brought this up I think it was Sean Ross Sapp brought this up on Twitter. Why is it, man, that nobody scouts Aleister Black in advance of their matches? Like, even if you're a casual fan of WWE, you know this dude sits down.
Yeah.
Like, as soon as he sits down, like, give him a freaking basement drop kick or something.
Shining Wizard.
Run, bounce off the ropes, Shining Wizard.
Yeah.
Oh, shit. I just got the win. Now I'm going to WrestleMania. So the Lashley match is still on, apparently.
Apparently. They're still advertising it tonight.
Yeah.
They could have easily just not mentioned it. And most people would have forgotten about it, probably.
Exactly. After that, we had another match. Street Profits and Kevin Owens versus Angel Garza. And so Garza comes out with Zelina Vega.
Well, it's supposed to be Garza, Andrade, and Seth.
Right. And and they advertise that at the jump of the show. And then she says, "Hey, I've got bad news, WWE. Andrade did she mention that that he's injured? Is that what she said?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Mm-hmm. She says, but I have access to the hottest, most succulent young talent here in NXT. That's why I was able to get Angel Garza over here. And this kid is no different. He's all day real superstar. Picture of Austin Theory. Here he is, the B-Man Austin Theory.
And out he comes.
And then he comes out.
Yeah,
fresh.
Seth too.
He's got like his beard is like, it's like he cleaned it up a little bit. He trimmed he cleaned up his sides. He's ready for his WrestleMania moment.
He got his Mania haircut because probably the following day he was taping his match.
One side said all day. The other side was a picture silhouette of Austin Theory.
Of himself.
AKA Patrick Sparks.
Real superstar all day. So the bell rings. Seth is in opposite. Kevin
Seth
Owens
comes out also.
Yeah, Seth too. He immediately turns and tags Austin Theory in.
Because he sees Kevin Owens is in first.
Yeah, he didn't want nothing to do with Kevin Owens.
Yeah.
So Kevin Owens and then later on the Street Profits, they pretty much destroy Austin Theory. They send he and Garza out of the ring. Ford hits a huge tope. This one lands. We go to commercial.
Yeah.
Back from commercial. Heels have the upper hand now. Garza hits a drop kick, loses the pants, tags in Theory. Ford is isolated for a while until he flips out of a belly to back. He gets a tag to Dawkins. Dawkins in. He clears house until Seth just like saunters in and drops him with a super kick.
Yeah.
The most casual nature possible, and then stares at Kevin Owens.
Seth is very comfortable in front of no audience.
Yeah.
He's very comfortable.
I've noticed that.
I think he kind of prefers it probably.
Maybe. Heels are in control now. Eventually Dawkins does get the tag to Kevin Owens. Seth is like, I'm out of here. He couldn't leave fast enough.
Yeah.
He tags Garza in. Owens works him over, hits a swanton, goes for the pin. Theory breaks that up. Ford drops him with an enziguri. Then he runs the ropes. Garza's there. I don't know if he was supposed to do it or he was just like in the wrong position. But then there's the tope. Theory just sidesteps. Ford.
Well, Theory is still collecting himself, and he looks up, and it looks like he has time enough to do it. So, what's your theory on that again? what's your theory?
So I thought because I was watching it, and when Ford bounces off the ropes towards the hard cam, towards us, Garza's down there on the floor.
Okay, do you think he was supposed to sweep his legs or something?
That's what I thought.
Oh, okay, and he didn't, and so Montez was like, "Well, I've already started this."
Yeah.
In that case, you got to like baseball slide and hope somebody catches you. Like in terms of like, grabs your legs and pulls you out or something.
Yeah.
You can't just go for a tope if almost
again, but it could be a situation where Garza just fat himself there and had no part in any of that. I don't know for sure.
Yeah.
I just saw Garza right there, right as Ford was bouncing off the ropes.
Yeah. It feels
nonetheless, if Ford is airborne, you got to think Theory's got to make some attempt to break his fall.
Man. Can't be like
not landing on his tailbone on the floor.
Like Undertaker and that camera guy.
Yeah.
Anyways, camera guy was somebody too. It was like a wrestler or something.
He was a wrestler.
Yeah.
It was.
Yeah, it was somebody. It was It wasn't. Was it like a Primo or Epico type guy? No, crap. Who was it? Somebody in Chattel now. Anyways.
Yeah.
Oh, it was one of those like the T-Bird guys. Like the 50s guys. Deuce or Domino. It was one of those guys.
Oh, yeah. Sounds right.
I think.
Anyways, Kevin Owens pins Garza after a stunner, and as soon as Owens is like getting up off the pin when the ref counts the pinfall, Seth hits him with a stomp, stares him down, and then leaves.
It was not Chuck Palumbo. Somebody in chat says Chuck, but it wasn't Chuck Palumbo.
No.
Tamina's brother? There's all sorts of different answers flying around here in chat.
Yeah.
I have a lot of, I don't know.
Anyways, I'll look into it. You catalog what Kevin Owens said during this awesome promo.
Holy crap. So first he's like sitting there and he's like, Seth, what you said last week, I really took it to heart. Let's see here. I'm going to use your notes here. He says, I've been thinking about a lot of what you said last week.
It was Sim Snuka.
Okay, there you go. Okay. Why did I think it was, what did Deuce and Domino do? They did something to get fired. Anyways.
Okay, well, hold on. Yeah, someone else. Oh, it's because Deuce is James Wiley Smith Thomas Snuka.
Oh, okay. So it was him.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool. Look at me.
Yeah.
Sometimes I know stuff. So anyways, he says, last week you said that you were here before the PC, but the fact is they built the PC in spite of you, because when you came in, you were a nightmare to deal with. You thought you knew everything. You thought you were the best. And so they had to build the PC to make sure that no more Seth Rollins came in here because you're arrogant. And he said, and he said, nobody could stand him. And you've proven everyone right. You're an arrogant dipshit.
That was good.
He says, I'm aware of my reputation, but the difference between him and Seth is that he's not delusional, but Kevin Owens is not delusional.
Yeah.
He says, and you might be right about this. I haven't had my own WrestleMania moment, but I can claim many of the same accolades as Seth. I've had the Universal Championship. I've held the Intercontinental Championship. Kevin Owens is highly decorated in the first place, so he sort of named some of that stuff. He says, I'm man enough to admit that
I didn't earn them on all my own.
Right.
Yeah.
And neither did Seth. Every time Seth has a big moment, he's got somebody backing his play. He's got somebody helping him out. And he says, not to take anything away from your Mania moments, but that's the truth. And he says, and when you mentioned that you came in here, they told you that the past doesn't matter. He said, that was the only thing that you got right, because you're right. Come WrestleMania, and he specifically mentioned Saturday. So it looks like their match is going to be taking place on Saturday.
Yeah.
By the way, when we were power ranking stuff today, did you power rank Otis and Dolph?
No.
Man, I really wish I'd remember that match, because that's like
it wasn't listed on the Wikipedia page. It must not be official yet.
They made it official tonight during their WrestleMania package thing where they were listing all the matches. Yeah, I forgot about that one, man. That's my number one right now. I'm huge on that match. Anyways, he said, this Saturday, he says, my past doesn't matter. Your past doesn't matter. And I'm going to make my WrestleMania moment. I'm going to take it from you, because I'm going to be the first person to burn it down. Oh, and he said that right, the big close-up, and they got all these great cuts and stuff. But it wasn't like too much. It was cutting on appropriate times to build the tension and the drama of this promo. It was so good.
It was good. They're doing a really good job of shooting these promos these days.
And editing them together so they're not obnoxious.
Yeah. And without the wrestlers having to play to the crowd anyway, it's cut to the heart of the story and deliver the beats they need to without pauses for crowd reaction, without having to toss in stuff, to get a crowd reaction. It's all just focused on the story itself.
Yeah, for sure. Tom the man here in chat says, why am I meh about Kevin Owens versus Seth? Here's the thing. I understand why you might be indifferent about the feud itself, because by and large it's been a bunch of it'd been like endless tag matches, multi-man tag matches
over and over again.
That being said, this could be a show stealer. This could be match of Saturday. Really could be.
It could be. After that, we had some Edge stuff first, an Edge Orton recap, and then Edge promo. And he says, you're right, Randy, about one thing. I am a junkie for this. It's not because of my ego. It's because I love the raw connection I share with the audience when my music hits, my music plays. And he says, face it, Randall, we're all junkies for it. And if he's not, then he's just taking up space, and you're in my way.
Yeah.
He calls out Randy for coasting for stretches, with being okay with just being okay, which for Randy, he says, is enough to still have a Hall of Fame career. But Edge didn't do that. He's not okay just being okay. He has grit, and he had to use grit to get places. So he says, Randy, you're not jealous of me. You're jealous of my passion, Edge's passion. And the only time he has it, Randy is when Edge is around. Edge lights a fire under Orton. It's the last time Randy scratched being this good was 9 years ago. That's the last time Edge was in WWE.
Yeah.
And he doesn't know what to do with it, with that energy. Feel him that way. And he says, he circled back around the story that Randy told. about Edge pulling him out of a hole that he couldn't get out by himself. And he says, Randy, you've dug yourself a hole. But this time, I, Edge, I'm not going to pull you out. I'm going to push you so far in, you'll never get out.
Mm-hmm.
It's good stuff.
Yeah,
it's all
really
one take.
stuff.
He just talked to the camera. It's really tight shot. Well done.
Yeah, again, killer promo. Really killer promo. You know, man, this is a hell of a card. It's a shame that people aren't going to be there to see it live. So after that, we had Asuka versus Caden Carter. This is a very quick match.
Yeah.
Asuka gets in the ring. She grabs a mic and she starts asking Caden Carter, "Who are you?" And then proclaims, "No one is ready for Asuka." Carter hits a drop kick at the bell, but very quickly Asuka responds with a hip attack. And then pretty quickly after that, she locks on the Asuka lock. And then Asuka goes over to commentary, calls out Alexa Bliss and Nikki Cross. Mm-hmm. The Asuka rumor, that was retracted, right?
Yes.
Okay,
Wrestling retracted that report that Asuka had missed her Mania match.
Awesome. After that, outside the building earlier in the day,
this was kind of funny.
What's it? Yeah, Rhea Ripley arrives with the PC,
and then the boot just enters frame right and clocks her and knocks her into a garage door.
Those long Charlotte legs, man. They are used to great effect. Somebody dropped that gif of last year's Go Home of her booting Ronda Rousey in the police car.
Yeah.
God, that never gets old.
Oh, that was such a good brawl.
That was amazing.
So Rhea selling the boot to the face, a subsequent shot to the garage door, and Charlotte says, "I'll see you at WrestleMania." Woo! And then Rhea gets up, makes sure she's not bleeding, says, "You're right, you will."
You're right, you will. This Ray versus Brock Survivor Series last year replayed. Boy, that was a fun match.
It was a fun match.
That was such a fun match. Just let Ray win, man. That crowd would have exploded.
Yeah, I know.
Exploded.
I know.
And then the go home segment of the Go Home Raw to WrestleMania. That's what Paul Heyman called it. That's what it was.
Yeah, he was that's in some industry jargon.
He was
YPMP.
He was also social distancing from Brock. He was around 6 feet behind him.
Yeah.
The entire of the time here.
Yeah.
So good for him.
Yeah.
And you know he does what Paul Heyman does, man. He knows how to sell these matches, and he lists off the very impressive roster of people, of superstars over the years that Brock Lesnar has defeated, including Hulk Hogan, brother. He said he even put Hulk Hogan's blood across his chest like it's war paint. Took out John Cena.
He said he did that after he said Drew is that special.
Yeah. So he started talking about how special Drew is. And
he says, you know else who was special? And he lists off a bunch of people that Brock has beat, including The Rock, Taker, Hogan, Cena. But he said none of them were that special when they got in the ring with Brock. They just became Brock's bitch.
Yeah.
And he says now that Brock is expecting the Claymore, he could either do two things. He could come up with a strategy to counter it, or he'd figure out how to eat it, essentially. And we're going to see if the Claymore can take down Brock. And Heyman says, I have a guarantee, a spoiler. He didn't guarantee that Lesnar was going to win this match. He guaranteed that Brock will be standing with the title on the Go Home segment and the Go Home Raw next year. And Heyman will say that Drew lost to Brock. What he actually guaranteed was that Lesnar would carry the belt, or at least be in the Go Home segment next year.
Yeah, which is actually very likely.
It's entirely likely.
That is incredibly likely. He won't technically be wrong. Because I don't think he ever issued a spoiler for this year's WrestleMania. So I'm assuming that they're gonna run the Gameskeeper thing at Mania, to precede that match.
Oh, potentially.
Because why would you film that if you're not gonna if you're only gonna give it to BT Sport for their Twitter account?
I don't know.
So I really, because I want to see that, man. I want to see that on the WrestleMania feed.
Yeah, that'd be good. That'd be a lot of fun, man.
Yeah. This is great. He's ready to slay the beast, and then
Lesnar.
Yeah.
You gonna do questions now? Yeah.
You want to answer some questions? I want to answer them immediately.
Sure. James Fletcher. Who are 5 stars WWE couldn't cope without or would struggle without?
Brock. Well,
Yeah,
okay.
Brock.
It's only Brock. It's Brock. That's it.
Maybe Becky. Maybe Becky at this point. If Becky were to get up, I know she wouldn't, or likely wouldn't, because if Brock just left that'd be rough. Period. He'd have to go anywhere else if he just left. But if Becky up and left and went to AEW or something, then that would be enough to cause a serious hit to WWE.
Okay, that's a good spin on that question. Who are the top 5 people who would be needle movers in AEW? Brock,
yeah. Becky.
You know, the thing about Becky, though, is that AEW doesn't have any other stars of her caliber in the women's division.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, nobody's a star of Brock's caliber. I mean, Roman.
Yeah.
That'd be for sure the most shocking if Roman went.
Yeah, that would be shocking.
Roman seems like he's WWE for life.
Yeah, both he and Seth do.
Yeah.
Like Kevin Owens would be something, but I don't know if he would be a needle mover per se.
He'd be as much of a needle mover as Ambrose.
Yeah, probably.
Probably like exactly the same kind of needle mover, which is a big deal. It's a big deal.
It is. But if we have ourselves some sort of a ratings war between WWE and AEW, I'm not sure that anybody per se, save for maybe Becky and Brock, would be enough to turn the tide squarely in AEW's favor.
Enzo Amore.
Oh, dear.
Mr. Lipkin, what are some signatures that should be finishers? The Canadian Destroyer.
Yeah.
And some finishers. Anything, dude. A superplex should be a finishing move.
It was in days of yore.
Yeah. Finishers that should be signatures.
Top rope Spanish fly should always be a finisher.
Yeah, I agree. What's a signature or what's a finisher should be a signature? Crap, I just had one. The end of days and the deep six should be interchangeable. Like either way, doesn't matter. He's won matches with the deep six.
Yeah, he's won a couple with the deep six.
What's another finisher that should just be a signature? When's the last time Ray finished somebody with a 619?
Oh, it's been forever. He does a frog splash now.
It's a frog splash.
Yeah,
yeah, but how many people do frog splash? Well, actually, frog splash is used by his finishers quite a bit, huh?
Yeah, Montez does one.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can't think of anything else. Andrew Berg, is there anything WWE is doing right now that you guys would like for them to continue doing when everything returns to normal? Yeah, how they shoot promos in the ring. Just keep shooting like that, and there's a crowd there.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah,
that's the one thing that's really worked in their favor doing these empty arena shows.
Replay classic matches every week, so I can I can go do my dinner and stuff, and not miss.
There you go. That works.
Show, you know what they can do? Spend an hour just show like a Raw from 1995.
There you go. Oh, you want to learn more about Brock? Here's when he debuted. We'll show you the entire Raw.
I'll show you the entire Raw.
2002.
This is good. Alex Housen, if you guys were debuting as a tag team, what would your vignettes be? It'd be
our name would probably be the Shit Twins. Yeah, that's kind of our thing.
Yeah, but what would our vignettes be? Wouldn't it just be like it'd be
you ever
Friendo
seen that
Road?
movie? That one with Emilio Estevez and Charlie Sheen, where they're garbage men.
Yeah,
Men at Work.
Men at Work. Yeah, sure.
It'd be like that. But instead of garbage men, we'd be plumbers. I'm not advocating for a vocational gimmick. I'm just saying those would be the vignettes.
I mean, for the Shit Twins, it makes sense. You can say shit now, apparently. Cal just texted me. He says, "Was that Montez Ford dive a botch?"
Yeah. Yeah.
Seemingly, Cal would have caught him.
Yep. Gary MacArthur for WrestleMania 21. WWE did a bunch of shorts with clips from films where the actors were replaced WWE guys. They were cheesy but kind of awesome. Pick 5 movie clips from anywhere and replace the parts with the best WWE fit.
Undertaker would be Daniel Plainview, and There Will Be Blood.
All right.
I've got a milkshake. You've got a milkshake. And I've got a straw that goes all the way to your milkshake. Drainage.
I mean, Samoa Joe could just be in all of them and be awesome.
Okay, so who would you? Did they do? They did a Pulp Fiction one, right? Wasn't it with like Booker T?
Probably, yeah.
Okay, who would be? God, you haven't seen, but you've seen. I showed you clips of The Irishman, right?
Yeah.
Who would be? They got to redo The Irishman.
The courtroom scene.
Yeah, who would be? Who would be Pacino saying, "You charge a guy with a gun, you run away from a guy with a knife." So I was in a black hole of movie clips the other day again. I was primarily watching a bunch of clips from RoboCop 2, but because I think I was watching clips from The Irishman, which, by the way, that movie is far better in clip form.
Yeah,
because it's too long. There was a scene. There was a scene from the Jack Nicholson Hoffa movie that showed their version, their idea of how he was killed.
Yeah.
Well, Danny DeVito played his bodyguard. Now, I don't know who played Al Pacino's bodyguard, if that character existed in The Irishman or not. I'm not sure. It could have, maybe it was De Niro's character, but I don't think so, because I don't think that character was ever 4'11". But the comment, and the guy who shoots Hoffa, so like Hoffa's in Jack Nicholson Hoffa's in a car, right? And the dude from Pulp Fiction that gets Brent from Pulp Fiction, who has the Big Kahuna Burger.
Yeah.
He's Frank Whaley, I think is his name.
Yeah.
He's the assassin. So
he was fake Lee Harvey Oswald and JFK.
Yes.
And he was real assassin in Hoffa.
So the first comment, he goes up to him and he plugs him a ton of times.
Yeah.
The first comment is, you charge a guy with a gun, you run away from a guy with a knife. Oh, God damn it. That made me laugh.
Popped.
YouTube comments can be either trash or treasure. Seriously. God damn it.
Steve popped hard for that one.
I did. Holy crap, I was dying. There were so many confused people, too, didn't understand it.
That's pretty funny. Cameron Sherman, The Undertaker, brought up his unholy trinity. That got me thinking, what mystical superstars, for example, Boogeyman, Gangrel, would you like to see in a 3-man group together? Brody Lee.
Oh, that's good.
Bray Wyatt.
Who?
Bray Wyatt. We know they work well together.
and then a bunch of people were making Always Sunny references with Frank.
Damian Priest.
Oh, that's good. Yeah, he's a vampire. That's good. Greg Morris. Disney buys up all wrestling and wants to make a theme park because they're full of millionaires and billionaires. What's it called, and what are some of the attractions?
Or wrestling. It would be called like WrestleMania the Park or something like that.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, WrestleMania still has a lot of value in the brand name.
Big time. Yeah, that's what Werner Herzog. That's what Werner Herzog thinks the WWE's called.
Yeah.
I watch WrestleMania.
They'd have a roller coaster called Hulkamania. You could say it's running wild.
Oh, that's great, man.
I mean, is it like Disneyland where there's various lands?
I would think that it'd be as expansive as California Adventure. Like it'd be its own huge section where you have to pay extra money to get in.
Yeah. What else then?
Well, you'd have the before the exit, there'd be the last ride.
There you go.
And it'd be like the Superman escape ride where you zoom up and then standing there is the Undertaker.
No, but the opposite though, you go straight down.
Oh, that's a good one. Yeah, you start up at the top.
Or no, you go underground.
Yeah. Oh, wow. Down to the river Stygian.
Exactly. The beer garden be named after Stone Cold.
Oh, that's good. Handsome Be Wonderful says he says Rock Flair's Space Mountain. I think he means Ric Flair, but
that's good.
Rock Flair is good too. Fear and Loathing says Baron Corbin equals Jim from Taxi. Jim from Taxi? Which character who played him? Was it Christopher Lloyd? I'm guessing it's Christopher Lloyd. Jim from Taxi. Yeah, it's Christopher. It totally is Christopher Lloyd.
Oh yeah.
Oh man. Mr. Lipkin has a good point about that finishers and signatures question. He says he thinks Charlotte's big boot looks more brutal than natural selection. I kind of agree with that.
Yeah, agreed.
She should do the Hogan thing, like drop the leg drop too.
Yeah,
it might be an affront to her father though.
Greg Morris, who's on the Mount Rushmore of reinvention of wrestling? Two off the top of my head are Undertaker and Jericho. Was Jericho, Matt Hardy.
Mm-hmm.
I guess you could say Taker. He had two wildly successful
10
gimmicks.
years into it, he completely changed to a motorcycle guy? Absolutely. And then he turned into like a weird amalgam of them or something?
Yeah. There's three. We need one more.
Like this is sort of maybe like a low-key answer, but Kane really switched up. I mean, it was all subtle. Like, it was more of an evolution of his character, but that's all it kind of needs to be anyways. He went from guy who, like, didn't talk, and then he talked with this thing, and then he talked.
And then he lost the mask, and then he was mayor.
Yeah, exactly.
Rich says, he says another crap way to end Raw. That was fine. How many
Rich
Claymores?
doesn't like anything.
He doesn't like Brock.
Yeah.
How many
or
Claymores?
Bray.
Yeah. How many Claymores? I don't think he likes AEW either. How many Claymores will Drew hit? Is this true, Rich? Rich was in chat. I saw him earlier here.
He said that his lady friend showed up.
Oh.
So it probably stinks over there now. Well, he said he's the smash bro. He's like, hey, my girlfriend's here. I'm going to smash. So it probably smells like gross rich sex.
How many Claymores will Drew hit? Three.
That's what he did before. Yeah, he hit 3 before.
3. Demaniac John Ingalls. Ric Flair recently spoke about a biopic that is going to be done on his life. What other WWE legend or superstar would you guys like to see a biopic done for?
Oh, who the hell is going to play Ric Flair?
I don't know.
Jeez. Well, obviously, I still want to see that Chris Hemsworth Hogan one.
Yeah.
That'd be amazing.
Yeah. Maybe if Bradley Cooper doesn't play Vince, he can be Ric Flair.
Yeah. Yeah. Somebody pointed out the other day that, what's his face? Dennis Quaid. Not Randy Quaid. Dennis Quaid looks a lot like Vince McMahon in a certain light, and he totally does. Like, he'd have to be old.
I thought the dude who played Kendall in Succession could make for
he could make a great
young Vince.
Oh, that's a good one. And then get Brian Cox to play Vince Sr.
Yeah. Pretty great.
Because why not?
Why not? The chemistry's there. Dylan, what Mania match you guys looking forward to the most? Also, guys, about the RoboCop figure I bought you, I just realized being sold by someone here in Australia, and and that's why it'll take so long to get to you.
Yeah,
no worries, Dylan.
Yeah, no worries. It'll get here.
Mania match I'm looking forward to most is probably Brock and Drew. I want to see if Brock pulls out all the stops to help get Drew over. That's probably the one I'm most excited for.
Yeah, I'm going to say Otis versus Dolph. God, that would be the show stealer in terms of like audience reaction. Could you imagine 60,000 people blowing up for Otis? God damn.
I know.
That'd be great. I'm going to take a look, see if there's any more questions. We got a couple new subs here.
Yeah.
Classy Snake with the new sub on Twitch. Thank you very much. Man, we're up to 109 subs. Thanks, everybody.
Thank you, everybody.
Y'all are the best.
Sky Otonic. Okay, Vince has gone insane. He wants back the Dungeon of Doom. Who would you add in the modern day Dungeon of Doom?
The Dungeon of Doom.
So we need a new Kevin Sullivan.
Oh, there's only one Kevin Sullivan. But a new Taskmaster, fine.
Brody Lee. Sofa King. How long do you see Goldberg's mystery opponent holding the title if he wins at Mania, and who will he lose it to?
SummerSlam Roman.
Okay. Glamorous Jar. What's a promotion you guys would want to watch more of? New Japan doesn't count.
Well, if it's not New Japan, it'd probably be...
I'd like to watch more AAA stuff.
Yeah, well, okay, but the thing about that is Triple Mania is a special event, and so is Rey de Reyes, though. So, like, I'm cool with 2 events of that year. I'll be honest, Impact. I'd watch more Impact. Why not?
You could.
They have some cool people there.
Fear and Loathing says, I'm putting you down like a dog. For her, Alan Jones.
For her, Alan Jones. Man, how great would it be if Michelle McCool then joined OC? That was her, like, way back into the WWE. Long-term feud with AJ Styles over. But then, in a twist, she really does hook up with AJ Styles. And her, Michelle, my wife, we become like a big threesome.
Wow. M. Stevens, do you think Zelina is trying to assemble the most attractive stable of all time with Andrade, Austin Theory, and Angel Garza?
No, because it's Austin Theory. That's not, I don't know. I mean, he looks like I just can't get Patrick Sparks out of my head. Patrick Sparks is a dapper guy. I'm just saying Austin Theory's not.
Future Fortune, so is Lashley versus Alistair actually not canceled because they still promoted it? I don't know, man. There's a lot of confusion going on.
I don't know. I would think that they wouldn't be promoting it, but then they had like...
It wouldn't happen. I know.
Yeah, I don't know.
Let's
see here. Tom the Man with the sub. Sofa King with the sub. Who's Sofa King again? Do we ever find out?
I don't remember.
I know it's somebody. It's somebody. And he probably said, too.
I know.
But I wasn't paying attention.
Same.
I'm going to go through here, see if I can find out who is it real quick, because I know it's somebody we know.
Yeah, I get that feeling, too.
All right. Well, it doesn't say here. I'll find out later, though.
Did you say Classy Snake?
What?
Subscriber?
Maybe.
All right.
But you did, so good. That's good.
There. We covered all our bases. Then.
Okay, good job. Good job, everybody. Anyways, thanks, everybody, for tuning in. We definitely appreciate it. We got a big sale going on right now. FriendoMerch.com, FriendoMarket.com. Use the promo code MANIA, and you'll get 20% off.
Ernie Acosta, that's who Sofa King is.
Ernie, who?
Patron. Ernie Acosta.
Oh, okay.
That's who Sofa King is. He used to be a patron.
Oh, okay. I knew the name sounded familiar.
Yeah, the name did sound familiar.
Anyways, thanks, everybody, for tuning in. We appreciate it. Till next time, we'll talk to you later.
Goodbye.